At LSI, we don't just follow trends, we help shape the future. Welcome to Behind the Win, the podcast where we break down the biggest moves in tech, innovation, leadership, and government contracting. Here at LSI, we're bringing you exclusive conversations with the minds behind groundbreaking advancements, disruptive strategies, and industry-defining wins. From retail to tech, defense to government solutions. This is where you get the insights to stay ahead. Let's go behind the win.
Welcome back to Behind the Win. As we close out the year, I wanted to take a moment to reflect on some of the incredible wins we've seen in 2025. This is our year in review episode, a chance to highlight a few of my favorite lessons from guests, moments with the LSI team, and the things that made this year one to remember.
Can you share a time or think of a time that when something you posted led to a real world reaction, right? Everyone came down to where you were at.
It was actually, it's like my little claim to fame in a way. I beat like insurance companies. This is my little claim to fame. So back in November of 2024, about, I would say, a week after Luigi Mangione allegedly murdered Brian Thompson, the United Health CEO, I was doing content about the manhunt and trying to find whatever and spreading information. And then I came across this press release from Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield. And the press release was not from that week, but rather from 3 weeks before, saying that essentially the new policy taking effect in December will be that the insurance company is going to set the amount of time we believe in a procedure or surgery should be completed within. And for every minute or hour that it goes over, we're not going to cover it, right? We're just going to let them. If the doctor,
I remember.
That's your responsibility, not my responsibility, or not the insurance company's responsibility. So I made a video about that. No one was really talking about it. There was no mainstream sources that were talking about it. I just was like, this is crazy. Like, people should know about it, especially if you're in these 3 states where it's going to take effect. Video got 9 million views in about a day or two. And 36 hours after I made the video, the company put out a press release retracting its previous press release, its previous policy proposal, which had been out there for 3 weeks. No one was talking about it.
No one said anything.
No one said anything. And in the press release, it was something like, due to misinformation being spread online and social media platforms, like subtly alluding to my video and some of the other videos that were out there after mine. And in that moment, I was like, you know what? Like, they can say it's misinformation. It was the truth. I read their press release, and I'm glad we reversed a very bad policy.
Can you think or share an example of a leader or company that you've worked with at previous jobs or even featured at Utah Business or heard of that exemplify these qualities?
One, when I was just speaking, that came to mind, and I actually interviewed him on a podcast about a year ago. He's the founder of US Synthetic, which is one of these quiet giants in our midst. And when the podcast came out, everyone was saying, Lewis Pope did this for me. Lewis Pope did this for me. They were so touched to even just see him speak. He had made such a difference because one thing that really stood out to me was, he actually didn't share this with me, but someone else did and said, yeah, he would once a year, or maybe it was more than that, he would assemble the entire team and they would celebrate together that this person bought their first house and this person had a baby.
It had nothing to do with work.
Things that really matter in life. Like, work is fine, work is great. But at the end of the day, like, why do we work? And I love that he celebrated that every day, like the wins that people were having in their personal lives.
Knew about them. Yeah.
And he cared deeply about them, and he really tried to make work, even though they're making, I think it's like mining diamonds. I'm trying to remember exactly, but they're making this very industrial thing. It's a very industrial environment, but he would bring fun. He would bring a lot of fun to that culture. People loved going to work there for decades.
In your view, how is advanced defense technology and AI specifically reshaping how aerospace companies innovate and compete?
You know, I went to Ukraine. This would have been 2022, 23. Man, it was an awesome experience, Sarah. What I learned about being in a wartime environment, like what I walked away from that experience learning, I should say, is that we're fighting differently.
Yep.
Like, we aren't deploying 1,000 troops into a country and then fighting at a border anymore. Like, those days are done. We are fighting with first-person view drones from countries. So, I mean, from foreign countries. So, I mean, it is amazing. You take on one of the world's largest superpowers in Russia with drone technology. Like, it's changed everything. What the battle environment has allowed companies to do is accelerate innovation, because you now have a wartime environment to go test things in simultaneously, so you can develop and test. It's not theoretical anymore.
Yeah, so my favorite win of the year is definitely going to be making an impact here at LSI, learning the 3 core capabilities that we solve for, and really diving deep with our clients and helping them with their pain points. I think that's on the business level. It's definitely a huge win, just the growth that I've been able to have here in such short amount of time. But on my personal life, really finding that life and work balance has really been helpful, because as a business development manager, it's very demanding when it comes to travel. So really being able to find that work and life balance and being present when I'm at home and taking care of business when I'm out of the state.
I have had a few wins this year, both at LSI and personally. Personally, I gained a daughter-in-law, so that was a super big thing for us this year. For IT, we have started working on CMMC and had our first audit, and it went really well. Our final certification is going into this year, so that'll be a big thing.
My favorite win of the year is watching how our people have excelled and grown as a team. We have such an amazing group of people at LSI. In fact, my favorite part about working here is who I get to work with. And this year, we've seen programs expand, requirements grow, things became more difficult, multiple challenges faced us, and every time our team met these things with this combination of professionalism, creativity, and grit. Sure that we've had great successes in individual programs and new engagements, those kind of things, which are exciting. But my favorite thing personally, my favorite success personally, is seeing the way people have grown into new leadership positions, new voices have stepped up, the way people have supported each other and backed each other up through all these changes. That's got to be my favorite win of the year.
A new goal that I have just on the business side is definitely continuing to expand my expertise, taking more master classes at Utah University, just making sure I'm a master of my craft. And that's on the business side. So just continue to grow, challenge myself so I can improve quarter over quarter and year over year. But as far as personal life is taking on a new team. So I'm currently coaching soccer, and I want to continue to start coaching a different team. So taking 2 teams on is going to be one of my goals for next year, and making sure that I find that balance.
One hope is obviously making sure we pass our CMMC audit, because that'll be a huge thing for LSI and for just my team in general. But for a personal note, I'm hoping to do a little bit more traveling. So it'll be one of those goals to be able to take my children somewhere fun. Yeah.
Going into next year, I'd really like to see us build on this momentum that we have with the people, to help people have the tools, the processes, the communication, the right culture to continue this growth and excelling in this development process. And for me personally, that means I need to be more intentional as a leader. I want to really focus on helping mentor people, helping to equip our team with the tools, the things that they need to continue to grow and excel as individuals and as teams. If we focus on developing people, continue to focus on developing people, along with programs and processes, I really believe that a year from now, we'll look back and say, we didn't just get better at what we do, but we got better at who we are as a team doing it.
That wraps up our year in review. Thank you for making Behind the Win part of your year. We'll be back in January with new episodes, new guests, and new wins to share. From our family to yours, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and here's to a winning new year.